Okay, so this is where we are at. This is all done. And we are gonna go in. Now some simple ingredients that are gonna go into making this slaw is, you guessed it, vinegar, like the simplest thing on earth. Some salt. In this case, we are using a Himalayan pink salt. Whenever you're pickling something, either use a sea salt or use pink salt, because these are not chemically processed and they do not alter the taste of your food. So make sure. Some people also just use the cabbage just right out, just they slice it, they wash it, and then they use it right in there, and that's totally fine. You do what works for you. I just like to rinse it out with a little bit of salt after it's rested for 10 minutes, and I feel like it gives it a really, really nice taste. It takes away the bitterness of it and that smell. Again, going in with the cabbage, hitting it with some salt, some beets. So the beets actually give it that nice pinkish purple color, and you'll see when I fill the rest of this jar with vinegar from. Alright, so this cabbage is nicely packed. Now we're gonna go ahead, and I prefer to start with equal parts of water and vinegar, but you could do less or more. Okay, so that was just plain warm water, and I'm going to start out with doing an equal amount of vinegar. Some people like to use red wine vinegar. I'm just using distilled white vinegar, you know, the regular vinegar. And I'm going to the process with some vinegar and some water again. If you're making a small quantity, you're not going to really need that much water or that much vinegar. I'm just making a truckload of it, and I don't want to fall short when I'm packing my boxes. So yeah, so just give it a gentle nudge, and if you have a wooden spoon or a spatula, you can always go ahead and, you know, press the corners down, and then we have to test the balance of the sweet to the salty to the sour to the tangy, right? So, and that's a nice trick. I'm gonna go ahead and add some more vinegar, and I'm just going to eyeball it so that it fills the top, and then I'm going to leave some room for about approximately equal quantities of water. Now ideally, if you do this 2 to 3 days ahead of time, it really works like a charm. I'm doing it only 1 day ahead of time. That's because I'm a little crazy, but by all means, if you did it 2-3 days ahead of time, that would be just totally awesome. Quick wash of the hands. I'm going to grab a spoon because I want to check the balance of the sweet, the salty, and the tart. So let's just taste it. It is super tart. Oh my god. So it certainly needs, keep adding stuff to it as you finish the pickles. You can keep adding more stuff to it. Of course, after a while, just use your judgment, and it's not an eternal thing. It will need to be replenished with more vinegar after a while, but so far so good. All right, just give it a good nudge so that the sugar and the salt can actually get to the bottom. That's that.